go. Should be live. Welcome back. Okay, gentlemen. So are we ready for some adventure in the city of Baldur's Gate?
Indeed.
Yeah, excellent. So first, a quick recap to start us off. So last week in the Legacy of Mythal campaign, the heroes awoke to learn that the dragon spawn had entered the city through the sewers, and those routes had been effectively closed off. The mystery solved, they gathered their horses and boarded the Jenny, a riverboat captained by Axathena, a member of the Order of the Gauntlet. The first day and night of river travel were smooth and uneventful, but on the second night, they found another boat run aground on the north shore of the river. 3 survivors called out for help, but as the Jenny approached, the survivors revealed themselves to be powerful undead, a deathlock, and 2 spawn of Caius. The short, intense battle saw the end of the foul creatures, but the true horror was found in the ship's hold, where 6 people were being consumed by worms and turned into more spawn. So the heroes burned the ship, and the Jenny continued downriver, arriving in Baldur's Gate just before sunset. The party disembarked and paid the city's entrance fee, and Captain Axathena promised she would have their horses delivered the next morning to Old Gray's stables in Blackgate. Then the group decided they would get rooms at the Elf Song Tavern in Northeast Way, and that is where we left them, walking north through the city streets as the sun completely sets on the city of Baldur's Gate. So, you are walking up through the streets from the docks, heading up towards, I believe, where is it in East? Elsong Tavern. Yeah, I believe the Elsong Tavern is somewhere like above the W, somewhere around up there. And it's overcast. The sun is completely set, and there's a thick fog. It's very much Baldur's Gate is very much like London in terms of the thick fog that permeates and rolls in and very seldom leaves. Actually, in that regard, you could also consider it like San Francisco in the States. So the streets themselves are narrow and winding, and actually there is a new resource for everybody. In the Baldur's Gate handouts, in addition to the detailed map, there is a lower city handout as well. The lower city handout has some basic information, basic places that you'll find in the lower city. And that's the majority of places that you would want to go while you're here. So the streets themselves are built atop sloping bluffs, narrow cobblestone streets that twist around one another, and with tight rows of conjoined stone buildings with slate roofs and vibrantly painted shutters. And as you walk through Eastway, you notice that most of the shutters are already closed. Eastway itself is considered as the main thoroughfare coming through from the outer city through Stony Eyes, comes through Eastway, and so it is considered one of the more dangerous sections of the inner city. That doesn't mean that a large group such as yourselves has to really worry about much. And there are, as you walk, you do see some patrols of the Flaming Fist. They usually walk around in at least in pairs and some larger groups. And the people that you see walking around here, some of them look like adventuring types, some merchants making their way through on the way to some some meeting or going out to eat, or to get a room somewhere. But a lot of the people that are obviously locals look to be not super poor, but maybe the like lower, like very, very low middle class, poor merchants, laborers, and the like. So, are you looking for anything in particular about the city as you walk through?
Smock will be wanting to go to the lower city west heap side and looking for the splurging sturgeon. And I know it's on the west side. I just don't know northwesterly or middle westerly or southwesterly on the heap side. I would ask around.
Yep. I'm looking. Yeah, that's not on the detailed map. So West Heapside, it's going to be probably in the block up, like probably somewhere up there,
Okay.
left of the bottom of the H.
Okay.
But I assume like you're going with the rest of your companions first to get your rooms and get set up.
Yes. Okay. I would mention to the group, I do have a little bit of business with a gentleman at the Splurging Sturgeon, and at the least, I'd like somebody to join me. The group would be better, but at least another. So
very good. So the Elf Song Tavern is actually the building on the corner right above the T on Eastway, and as you come up to that corner, you can hear the very faint singing of a female voice coming from the open doorway on the front. So I believe that only Jinx speaks Elvish. Does anyone else speak Elvish? No. And of course Alamir. So Alamir and Jinx can understand what the song is about. It's very old Elvish. It's so a little difficult to follow along to, and it's very faint as well. But it's something about a lost love. No. So
is this actually? Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Is this the song from inside the hotel or the inn we're in?
Yes. So this is the disembodied elven voice that sings inside the Elf Song Tavern. So
Perfect.
It's not important, other than just, but you might as well just show the tavern here. So you have as you approach the front door, you see that there are bodyguards standing at the front. On the left is a suit of floating armor, just magically floating in the air. And on the right side is a half ogre.
The magically floating armor, there's not like walls nearby that are like, like looking like they're smoking or, hissing a little bit. Like it's a gelatinous cube holding this piece of armor in midair.
No, it's not. And you've been here before, and you know that it's simply an animated
Yeah.
piece of animated armor. And it has a name. It's called Clink with a K.
Such a beautiful name.
The half ogre is a gruff female whose name is Skuna. And and the armor just floats there as you approach. And Skuna nods to all of you and opens the door, and just kind of pushes open the door, opens one of the doors for you to go in. So inside, and inside is a very well well-kept place with seating all over, and there are you see a good number of patrons, people walking around, making different getting different food and drink, people sitting over by the fire, one very inebriated, semi-passed out man sitting on the couch on the north wall. But it's a very nice, welcoming place, nice and clean. There are some curtains on the left side that look like they open into private rooms. And there is one large empty table with enough seats for everyone. There's also the bar that nobody is currently sitting at. And the bartender, who is being tended by a half elf, who looks like he's looks as a human age, probably around mid to late 40s. But Jinx, you know that he's owned this bar for probably the better part of the last 50 years. So he's definitely older than that. His name is Alan. Alan Aleph. So what do you do?
I walk over to the abbreviated man sitting in the thing and sit down next to him, making sure he's all right.
Yep. So you go over, you check out the man, and he is, in fact, relatively. He's semi conscious, but he's definitely falling asleep, and is looks like he's not in any danger of alcohol poisoning or anything like that.
Hey, Alan, does he have a room?
Oh, yay, we got rooms.
Oh, no. Does that guy, I point to the guy on the couch, does he have a room here?
Oh, Lavi's a regular. He'll be okay. He'll sleep for a bit, and one of his friends will come and take him home, make sure he gets home safe when they leave later. Don't worry about him. He'll be fine.
Okay.
Can I get you something?
I'd like a tankard of ale, please.
Right up. And sets up a couple of tankards of ale, whatever else anyone wants, and puts it out. You let Hef have a full tankard.
Sure. What could possibly go wrong?
I mean,
You want to be a big boy? Here you go.
technically, technically, Hef is, well, I guess he's not. He's close. He's close to adult age for medieval world. I mean, and certainly old enough to drink.
When Hef isn't looking, I kind of try to get Alan's, and I go, small amount for him.
And
Indicate.
of course, yes. And Hef actually took a seat next to Alamir, and his back is to the bar, so he's not
Good.
not watching. And
Good.
he goes. Alan says, "If you want, I've got. I could give him a normal size, but it's the watered down stuff. Still,
That's perfect.
He's unless he's extremely got a experienced palate, he probably won't even notice."
That's even better. That is wonderful, kind sir.
And so yep. So he sets you all up with tankards of varying types of ale, and it's good stuff, and it's not that expensive. So a round of 6. I don't remember. Did Alamir drink ale? We'll just say he's open to it for now. Yes, and we'll probably only run you
40 platinum.
What's that?
Did 40 platinum.
No. Let's see. So probably
Beer is drink for the masses.
9. Probably 9 silver.
Okay. Yep.
He does super speed for a little bit there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Since Alan played nice and went along with it, I put a gold piece down, and thank you.
Thank you. Are you just here for some drinks, or do you need some food? You looking for a place to stay?
Yes, we're looking for all of the above.
Only one of my rooms upstairs is currently occupied. Let's see. I've got yes, if you're willing to share large beds, I've got two large rooms and 2 small rooms with singles. Total, so just enough to sleep. Actually, you know what? He also would have, if I remember right, the Elf Song Tavern has a 3rd floor that isn't depicted in this map. Regardless, we're going to say it does. So there's a 3rd floor that is full of individual rooms, plus 1 large common room, similar to like what you were staying in before.
Wow. But yep.
Yes, we need special alarms in that room.
So mean.
What special alarms? What?
Oh, Smart. No, sorry, Spot. He likes to sleep in a little bit.
I like my sleep.
We've got there's a hall of rooms on the 3rd floor that are all right next to each other, very close. A couple of the rooms have connecting doors. If you're interested in that in that setup.
I think that would work.
Very well. I would. Let's see, 6 rooms for the night. That will run you. Will run you 3 gold. And like we talked before, like these prices are reasonable. They're modest. We're not going to worry. Like you can deduct them if you want. We're not going to keep track. So you not worth. Also, a little bit of housekeeping. That something I had forgotten. When the morning when you were leaving, preparing to leave El Torel, Antar Froom would have, well, actually, Lady Silith would have brought, and actually not Lady Silith. Let's change that one more time. The halfling, Oberon, Minstrel Wish. Oberlin would have brought pouches, would have given each of you 50 gold. I don't remember if I actually said that or not at the time. So everyone gets 50 gold plus Anthar Froom, similar to what he did with Hef, would have, if anybody needed new equipment, just standard equipment, armor and weapons, just armor and weapons, he would have provided that from their stores, from their training stores.
That's great because That's great because as far as normal equipment goes, I took like 5 suits of full plate armor, and I'm going to resell them here. I'm kidding.
Yeah. So I don't know if anybody would have needed anything, but you could have done that. Like if you needed, extra daggers, darts, you wanted to have a different ranged weapon, crossbow, bow, anything like that, you could have gotten them there. An extra of a weapon if you didn't already have it. If you wanted different armor, there were just options you could have taken.
I'd take a couple hand crossbows.
So you could have a meal here, unless you want to go have your meal. Unless you want to try to have a meal, looking for Smucks. Contact Garena Allendale at the Splurging Sturgeon, which you were told is essentially a seafood restaurant.
Okay. Well, do you gentlemen want to go have some seafood, or do you want to just eat a meal here and then go over there? And first of all, is there anybody that doesn't want to go? Because I know I have to make this excursion, and I need a little bit of help just to make sure,
I'll go with. As long as we're not having seafood like, the hyena shows us his seafood.
Or a crab. Oh, sorry. Different campaign.
I want to go with to see what kind of seedy stuff we're going to get into, because obviously if he's going there, it's got to be something very seedy.
I am insulted. Actually, not really.
Is that because it's fish? Salted and all?
Ba-dum-bum. I don't mind eating here and then going there if that's what you want. If it's a little less expensive, that seems like a frugal way to go.
Yep. I mean, you already kind of have everything going here. So, yep. So if you get a nice meal here, and then you get directions where to find the Splurging Sturgeon.
Yep.
And you make your way over in that direction, which actually is really is pretty easy from here. You're going to walk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Probably walk about 8 or 9 blocks, and then south a block, and then up a little bit more, or south 2 blocks, and then up a bit more, and you should be there. As you cross from Eastway into Heapside, the look of the area definitely changes. Eastway is a lot of, there are some homes, but a lot of it's like apartments, places above, with stores on the bottom, apartments, living residential up top. There are some small, houses, very small, like 2-story houses and along the roads. But for the most part, it's a good number of kind of run down this time of night, all closed up and barred and barricaded businesses of various types.
Do we feel we're being watched, or do we feel we have eyes upon us more than normal?
You just with your passive perceptions, like there are people, you're watched, but nobody is paying you any special attention. You are in a very large city, and Baldur's Gate is known to be one of the most accepting cities in the realms. It like
live and let live.
Yep. Yeah. So it has a very strict code. Not as bad as El Terrell, but it does have a strict code of laws. But you know that unlike El Terrell, where the criminal element is deeply hidden and underground and is extremely careful, because getting caught means severe punishment or death. Baldur's Gate, the Flaming Fist, it has enforces a lot of strict laws, but you can steal almost anything, and the worst that will ever happen is you'll have a finger cut off.
So if you're gonna steal something, steal a ring of regeneration.
Touché.
And you know that it also is one of the most accepting cities in terms of faiths, religion. It's similar actually to Hill's Edge, where many of you are originally from. Most of you are from, where you had the temple to Sirik within the city. So you had an actual temple to an evil god. Well, Baldur's Gate has open worship of 3 evil gods. They're known as, there is a term that I should off the top of my head remember. Where's religion?
Bahamut?
66.
Oh. I just took a butt action.
It's God, Timora, Umberly, Helm, Lathander, also the Dead 3.
The Dead 3, thank you. Yes, it's the Dead 3. So Bane, Baal, and Merkul. So the Lord of Tyranny, the Lord of Murder, and the Lord of Bones. Those are the Dead 3. Other than that, the city primarily worships Gond, which is the god of innovation and invention. Helm, which is the god of the vigilant watch, and one of the gods of law and order, and Ilmater, who is the god of suffering and protection and looking out for the poor and dispossessed, and Agma, who is the god of one of the gods of knowledge. So, but you can, and you also know that like the Dead Three, 13 years ago was the last time that the god Baal actually kind of one of the followers became an avatar of the god and walked the streets of Baldur's Gate.
Wow.
But back to as you walk through, the idea that the city is extremely accepting. So, you could see humanoids, even though you see mostly humans, some half elves, halflings. There are the occasional humanoids, the lesser seen humanoids. You see dragonborn, at least one dragonborn as you walk along, a Goliath, various types of humanoid races, and nobody gives any of them a second glance unless they are looking and acting, strange and seedy, just like you would anybody.
Is it do people look you in the eye, or are they all looking down? Do they greet you? Is it a reasonably friendly, or are people pretty much sticking to their own stuff?
No, people stick to their stuff. Yeah. So unless somebody's trying to sell you something, they're not really going to talk to you.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Are we being approached? And is it dark, or is it still light at this time?
No, it is dark. It is definitely dark. It was dark when you got to the Elf Song Tavern.
Okay.
So it is definitely dark now. So as you make your way into Heapside, it changes into mostly residential, and it is definitively. So you pass. So there is a wall that kind of separates each section, and in the lower areas between each section, these low walls have every street has kind of like an arched opening through it. There's no guards or anything. It's just a definitive border that shows that you're going from one section to another. And in Heapside, it's middle class homes. There is the occasional business on a corner, but all of the rest of it is residential. And you see people walking around, taking after dinner strolls and the like. It's very well lit with lamps. That this is one of the largest cities, in Faerun. So, we're not talking oil lamps. You're talking magical lamps that are shuttered and unshuttered in the evenings.
Permaspells on them?
Yep.
That's cool. All right. Well, I will be walking with this group at a fairly leisurely pace. I will make sure I'm using my glaive as just a walking stick, not as anything threatening, and have my head a little bit on a swivel.
Okay. and you make a couple of turns and find yourself at the Splurging Sturgeon. And it's it's a little later in the evening. I meant to kind of figure out what day we're at now. So I think we're at this point around the end of the first week of the, I think, the 4th month. So it's it's at the end of the week. So it's basically the end of the work week, and the place is still hopping. And there's you hear a lot of loud noise and talking from inside. There is no music playing, but you can smell the spicy, almost spicy sweet aroma coming from the building. Door opens, a couple of patrons walk out, a man and a woman, smiling, joking, obviously been drinking, and turn and walk away. And you see inside, it's a nice, warm, kind of candlelit environment.
And I hold the door open for the companions to go on in if they wish.
So you all walk inside. Nice. Is everybody going in, or anyone staying out?
Oh, definitely going in.
They need music. They need music. Go Jinx.
Well, the real question is, why isn't there music going with the proprietor being such a musician?
They were waiting for you. They heard you were coming.
So you go inside. There is a very well dressed, a very well dressed dragonborn, black dragonborn, standing there in, kind of like the equivalent of a not quite like a black tuxedo, but a really nice collared black shirt with white trim, standing there. Welcome, sirs. Are you looking for a table? We're a little full right now.
We can stand at the bar, or if you have a table for the 5 of us, I guess that would be great. Whatever works.
Doesn't he listen? He said there was no table.
Well,
yeah, we thought he said there was.
It will not for the 6 of you. We have tables for 2 available right now. It would take a while to put something together. You're welcome to go stand in the bar, however, and that's perfectly fine.
That'll work.
And so he directs you inside, and you walk in, you see to your right a nice lot of candlelit tables, some of them in little like half wall kind of alcoves, kind of separating them a little bit. And there's lots of food of various types, mostly fish and crab and clams and the like. And ahead of you on the left is a long bar. And there's 2 gentlemen sitting at the far end, but there's plenty of room for the 6 of you before that.
Okay. I belly up to the bar.
So a fairly short human woman, probably you would imagine mid-20s, very long, thick black hair, just kind of fanned out to the sides and behind her and down half her back. dressed in the same type of just a plain black kind of silk blouse with a long dress, a skirt, comes over and hello, what can I get you?
I know I would like a mug of ale, whatever these gentlemen would like. It's on me.
Very good.
Okay. Beings.
Sure.
So some more mugs of ale. She set you up with 6 of them. And it's going to be a little more expensive. This would probably be 3 gold. That's with tip, I'm assuming, if you want a tip. Otherwise, it would be, they're going to be like 4 gold a piece.
Okay. And then as she serves it, I would lean over and say, "Excuse me, do you know where Jarena Allendale is? I have some business with him."
She gives you an appraising eye, kind of looks at all of you. Are you openly displaying your symbol?
I would let my symbol kind of fall forward, kind of let her see it,
She nods and says, "Of course. Let's he is at his usual table. I believe he's done eating. I will let him know that you are looking for him."
Thank you very much.
And she walks away and calls over this young man, probably 19, 20 years old, very dark hair, looks like actually could be related to her. Takes her place behind the bar as she goes and walks out onto the floor, and you see her heading back towards the back corner over by a fireplace. Are you watching her?
Yes.
Okay. You see her walk to a table on the left side of the fireplace, not in the corner, but just between the corner, the back left-hand corner, and the fireplace itself. It is it's a good-sized table that could comfortably seat 4. You could squeeze a couple more people in if you really had to. And there's a gentleman sitting there talking with a second man. And the man that she leans over and talks to has white hair. It's cropped close on the sides, a little bit long on the top, kind of like combed over on 3/4 of it is combed over to one side, hanging down a little bit. He's got a large white handlebar mustache and a close cropped goatee. And it looks like he's probably, in his 60s somewhere. But relatively fit and sharp in terms of you see him look over at all of you and says some words to her, goes back to talking to the gentleman next to him, who is definitely younger, with blonde hair, potentially of elven ancestry. And then she comes back and she says, of course, Garina has asked that you give him 10, 15 minutes and then join him if you would, please.
Can do. Thank you.
So, Jinx, you're listening to the conversations, and Luna and Spot looking around, and you see a lot of people, relatively well dressed, out a night, a night out on the town. See people who are obviously on dates. Other people, you see a couple of families, couples with 1 or 2 children sitting eating dinner. And conversations, actually, Jinx, roll perception for me. Very good. Jinx, you hear lots of things about people you don't know, businesses, people talking about, the weather, the certain, the latest, type of gossip of things going on with the dukes and the ruler who rule the city. There's one story about an arrest of people believe to be an upstanding citizen who was running a silversmith's workshop, up over in the steeps, who was caught cheating customers and shut down by the Flaming Fist. You also hear. I'm sorry, what's that?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm also, since I mentioned he was cheating and his customers and everything else. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll walk by that person a little bit, and I'll overhear it. And I'll be like, "Oh man, I heard he's also in league with Tiamat." I'm just gonna go throw that out there, and not that this helps at all, but 19.
Oh, nice. You're like, wow, really? Oh, that makes sense. Oh, wow. I hadn't heard that yet. Thank you. And the story begins to, yeah. Where is, I know what I'm looking for. There is one more story that you overhear. And it is, it's because I'm in there. It is about, get down here, Baldur's. Okay. Oh, I see what the problem is. Right. It's because I need to open it. There we go. You hear people talking. They're like, it's these 3 men. They look like they're probably professionals of some type, tailors, cobblers, things like that. Dressed in the Baldur's Gate equivalent of like their nice tweed evening jackets. And they're sitting there, and the one's going, "Oh no, I've heard, I know from a reliable source, a friend of mine, that brother Hodges has turned away some of the lower class from interring their dead within the crypts beneath his church. It seems as some creatures down there that have made it too dangerous to do that, to send people down there anymore. And that's and the conversation, basically you get from the conversation that they're talking about the shrine of ill matter, the shrine of suffering. And that's all you hear.
Sounds like some work in the meantime.
What's that?
That sounds like a little bit of work in the meantime. Maybe.
So the time passes, and you see the blonde elf gentleman stand up and shake hands with the person that you believe to be Jarina, and walks towards the door and goes to walk out. And Jarina catches your eye and waves you over.
Okay. I pick myself up and amble on over.
Okay. Do you all go?
Yeah, I guess so. If nobody else is going, because I know it's a small table, though.
Yeah, I was just saying, if he wants me to come, or if you want me to sit as a lookout, I will.
I point at Spot and come on over.
Follow.
Yep.
And Alamir will walk over as well. Hef will stay at the bar, give some, so that it doesn't become overcrowded.
Right.
Yeah,
that's good.
It's pretty obvious that Hef has been eyeing the bartender, so he may have an alternative motive of why he wants to stay behind.
I left him my drink as well, though. Just so you know, I didn't touch my drink before.
Oh, hormonal motivations. Hormonal motivations. Yes. Yeah. All right. So all right. I extend my hand and say, "Are you Jarina?"
I am, sir. I am.
Pleased to meet you. I am Smock.
Smock, yes. Pleased to meet you as well. Please, sir. Please, you and your friends, have a seat.
Okay. So we do, and I just proceed to immediately say, Anthar Froom sends his regards.
Anthar, I have not talked to my friend Anthar in many a moon. How is he doing? What word from Elturel do you have for me?
Well, he is up to his usual boisterous antics and having a fun time. But he did say that I should at least touch base with you while we were in Baldur's Gate, awaiting some people we're looking to connect up with.
Of course. Excellent. Please share with me what news you have.
Yep. And I kind of look around, and does it appear there's people eavesdropping or listening in other than Jinx, of course?
No. He actually, so the table here, there are other tables. Most of the rest of the room, the tables are, where you barely have half a foot to a foot back to back that you're sitting with other people at other tables. This table has a good 3 feet between it and other tables, and there's such a din in the room that, and everybody is just kind of engrossed in their own conversations. He goes,
Okay.
it's quite all right. There's just as long as we don't, draw attention to ourselves, we can talk about things freely here.
Okay. So I kind of lean in, and would you like the long version or the summary version?
It has been a while. Details, if you would, please.
Okay. We'll take them all the way back to the beginning, talking about the village, everything, where we came from, as far as Governor Nighthill, and from that point forward, talking about Tiamat, Resmere, all that stuff. The Red Wizards of Thay is a possibility somehow tied in, and how our mission is to connect up and possibly be a part of a caravan. And I do that reasonably quiet, reasonably close to his ear. So just let it all out.
He is engrossed and very interested in everything and the entire story. Raises an eyebrow significantly at several points. In particular, when you talk about Tiamat, relation to the cult of the dragon, when you talk about the Red Wizards, the same things that really interested Anthar Froome. So you say this caravan is going to be coming through our city.
We believe so. That's what the intelligence says. Yes.
Well, and yep, then the contact you have been given in Blackgate, that is for sure where they will end up. That everybody, if you are heading further north, all caravans must gather there.
Akin Celeban?
Yes, I know the man. Good man. He will not steer you wrong.
Okay. We don't have any, I don't think we have any needs other than we need kill some time here in the city. And I just wanted to check in. And if you have any need of us, just ask. I'm here to help, and perhaps my friends can help too.
And it is much appreciated. And if you are in need of anything, of course, just contact me. Let me know. If this is a good place for which you could leave a message for me, and they will get it to me.
And would you and so by leave a message, you mean with Alan? Or yeah.
With what?
Sorry, I mixed that up. With the bartender or which lady?
With any of the people here, they all know me well.
Okay.
Also here, and he gives you the name of an address in Heapside. This is a private residence, not mine, but there's someone there at all hours of the day and night. You could leave a message for me there as well, since this establishment is not always open.
Very good. And I'm assuming I can share this with my other companions so that we all can send message.
Of course.
Okay. Very good.
Alamir breaks in and asks if Alamir's like, I was hoping to do some research while we are here. Are there any great libraries that I could have access to research more about the cult and the going and things that are happening? And Garina kind of strokes his chin, plays with his mustache, and thinks for a while. And all the good libraries are in private collections here in Baldur's Gate. I'm afraid what you are looking for would be probably somewhere within the Manor-born district, and I do not have many resources there. However, if you have connections to Candlekeep, I do have means of getting you there, and they can send you back when you're done. And to which Alamir says, yes, that would be perfect. That's even better. My training is in Candlekeep, and my mentors are there. And if you can get me to Candlekeep, that would be the best use of my time for sure. And Green says, of course, I can arrange that for the first thing in the morning.
Question for you really quick. I heard somebody's talking about Brother Hodges. Does he really have problems with the creeps in the crypt?
Brother Hodges? I heard that. In fact, I happen to know Brother Hodges has been looking for adventures. He approached the Flaming Fist with his problems, and they told him that it was none of their concern. He, in addition to the healing that he gives the poor who make their way out of, actually, where is the shrine? North Heapside. Who make their way out of Brampton and Eastway, and the few who might have the coin to come in from the outer city. He provides healing services, but he also provides internment for families that can't otherwise afford to have their loved ones placed into the city cemeteries. So I guess something has happened that has made the crypts beneath the shrine too dangerous to use right now.
Yeah, that sounds like a perfect job for Smock. I think he would love to go down in those crypts. How about somebody in the city? Nudge, nudge.
That does indeed sound like something that one or more of you would be well equipped to take care of. If you get the chance, perhaps you can go speak. Go speak to Brother Hodges and see if and find out more about his problem.
Where is Brother Hodges? Or maybe you already asked that.
Yeah. The Temple of the Suffering, which is actually a little, just a few blocks northeast of where we're sitting right now.
Do you think he would be open to having visitors at this time of day?
He tends to. I'm sure you could go talk to him, but probably best to speak to him during the daytime.
Okay, very well.
So, yeah. So he thanks you for your for the information again, and wishes you a good night.
Pleased to have made your acquaintance. Good night.
And you as well. and you see him looking to pay his bill and probably leave as you're getting up to go. So you guys, yep, I assume would head back to the Elf Song Tavern for the evening.
That'd be my suggestion, unless you guys want to do something else.
No, I only have a couple things to do in town, and one of them is in the Steeps.
Okay. So we head back to the elf place, Elf Song.
Okay. So this would be the point where we should probably talk about the list of downtime activities. So you have 10 days before the caravan should be arriving. That's the time frame that you were given. And so you have essentially 2 work weeks worth of time with which to do things. And so you don't have to do any of these things. You can just kind of spend your time, I guess relaxation is one of the things. But is there anything in particular that anyone is looking to do during these weeks? And I will. One of the things that that you can think that if you're thinking of doing training for like languages and tools, that's 2 of the 10 weeks. However, once you have the 2 weeks of training, you will know enough to practice as well. So like if you are just like on the road in a caravan traveling for weeks, you could practice, and a couple of weeks on the road practicing could count as a week of additional training to help you get to those 10 weeks sooner. So just something to consider. So we know what Alamir is doing. Spot, do you have any ideas what you would like to do?
Let's see.
Not really. I mean, most of mine's just going to be following these guys around if they need help with anything, but I don't have anything specific or anything that he would be necessarily looking for.
Okay. All right.
So if you want to chalk that up to, I would look for employment of some sort otherwise during that time frame if we're just looking to get to know people and embed myself maybe with the street urchins that are around this area.
Yeah, absolutely. So that actually could be, for the time that you're here. So maybe then one, maybe one of the things you could do is to just get a really good sense of the kind of the underworld that's here and the connections, and make connections with various groups of young people who work the streets that could become resources for you to use when the cult caravan shows up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And keep in touch with the Harper side of Boulder's Gate, because I'm sure they're linked to that somehow.
Yeah. So this is the interesting thing. You were not given any Harper contacts, so searching for that could be one of the things you're doing as well.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. So, yep. So Jinx, yep. So Jinx, yep. So Oh yeah, because you're looking to train and to get tools and train in them. Sowing rumors, I assume, with your singing and storytelling.
The storytelling, and I jump in if I hear anybody talk about stuff. I will try to bring it up an extra notch.
Okay.
Whether it's good or bad, I don't have any preference about being good or bad things, or getting people in trouble or not getting people in trouble. It's not about that. It's just being a pain.
Right. Very good. Okay. Yeah.
The only other recommendation I would have is that we maybe 5 days, 4 days away from when we think the caravan might be coming, we check in with the caravan master just to let them know we're for hire, and right, so we're on the list, so to speak.
Yep.
We'll target 4 to 5 days just to make sure in case they come a little early. Does that make sense, or is that too early?
No, that makes sense. Lay the seeds down right off the bat.
Yeah.
There is that might be something that there is a druid in the inside park. Lives in the humps, a hut against the dumpsters rock or dumpers rock.
Dumpers Rock, because actually it used to be where everybody used to dump all their trash, and so he bought the entire hill and turned it into a park. That's
He
why
made the first landfill into a park.
Yeah, he did. He renovated. He got rid of all the trash and planted special trees and such.
If it makes you kind of work along with that, city where I grew up and had a hill, and that hill was used for dumping trash, and that hill is now basically a little used just for like snow. I don't know what to call it, flooding and such for kids. But when it dries out, it gets a little wet. It really stinks.
Okay, I'm just yeah. This is what I'd seen before. It's very interesting. That there are like yeah, the Harpers do not have a set presence in Baldur's Gate. There might be individuals in the city, but yeah, there isn't.
I don't think they do because of something around the evil gods, if I remember right, reading once.
Yeah, it's very very much could be it, but Baldur's Gate is a central point of information gathering. So I'm sure there are people who travel to and from Baldur's Gate to gather information, even if nobody lives there. There has to be Harper contacts who may not be official agents. There has to be contacts that they would have. Okay, so Luna, you are you don't know of, similar to the Harpers, you don't know of any Emerald Enclave, yes, thank you, agents who are here. You can go check out and see what that druid is about. That sounds really interesting. But yes, otherwise, go ahead. Yes, very long. But like if you do, like if it does work out that you end up going with like the caravan north, you will go to and through Waterdeep, so you will be going that way for sure. So specifically, you doing some shopping while you're doing. I mean, you can. Yeah, if you're just. Was it magic items? Because you're looking to buy specific, well, first off, you probably don't have the money to buy magic items. Yeah, I don't think I have it up anymore. Here, actually, hold on, because I should be able to. Oh, I guess it's not. Huh. Yeah, that's fine. Yep, that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, all that stuff. So all the stuff, yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. You can find all of that in Baldur's Gate. None. That's all standard things. You can simply purchase those during the 10-day that you're here. Just pay. Go ahead and pay standard prices, and it's all good. Not a problem. In terms of beyond that, if you want to train, what specifically one thing are you training in? What's your top item? You're muted. We can't hear you. Nope. You absolutely can do that. So, yep, that's not a problem, and that is also probably just from a GM's assessment standpoint is probably the most useful as well. So very good. Okay. Well, you can. So what that does is will allow you to, when you have the time and the ingredients later on, you can make your own like healing potions and stuff. Yep. Yep. And there is, I believe, Spot, your isn't alchemy what your you had sent me your guide, your
Crafting guide stuff.
Yeah, crafting guide.
Yeah, there's a whole one in there about finding plants and making potions and stuff too.
Yep, that's what I thought. So like we can implement that stuff too. So that works. Okay. Right. This one I needed 125. I love it when I'm smart enough to put in page numbers. So Smock, in addition to the Brother Hodges issue, what would you like to do?
Well, whenever somebody else is interested, I wouldn't mind going to visit the Shrine of Suffering and maybe just talking to Brother Hodges.
Mm-hmm.
As far as downtime, it would be more relaxation, helping if any of the companions, anybody in this group wants an assistant or a tag along, I would gladly join someone.
So since you don't have anything very specific you're looking at in mind, I would offer you something.
Okay.
So, I mean, you're never going to get Hef up to the same level as all of you, or equal to be like an MP, I guess the official term is a GMPC, which is a NPC that is equivalent to a regular PC. The stats will never be there. But if you would like to take these 2 weeks to dedicate to training, and you could utilize some of the resources that Garina could help you access. Give you
Absolutely would love that. Yeah. Yeah. And I would even ask if Spot isn't real busy, maybe he can help with some of the training also, because he's got a whole different fighting style that would be good for Hef to learn potentially. So,
Yeah, or even just to help. It all also always helps just to have like different styles of combat to learn to fight against to help make you better.
mm-hmm.
Yep. If you
Sounds
do
good.
that at the end of these 2 weeks, or at the point where you all go up to level 5, Hef will jump 2 levels, so he'll only be 2 levels below you.
That'll be really helpful for his survivability. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Actually, that's great. Yeah, I would dedicate a lot of time to that, put a lot of effort in it.
Okay. Excellent. All right. So that is what everyone's going to will work on. We can. So before we talk about how all that works out, when we make rolls, we'll spend money. You have to spend money and make rolls. So the next morning, we won't worry about. So I know, outside the other things, there's little things that people can do here and there to make money. Um, I know Jinx is going to be playing in the evenings, as a natural part of his storytelling and stuff like that. So we're not going to worry about what it costs you for room and board and food for the 10 days. It'll just be the cost of your special downtime activities. But since everybody was interested in what they heard about with Brother Hodges, why don't we just jump and do that the very next morning, and see where that leads, and then that could lead into all the 2 weeks of downtime activities. Although, of course, Alamir has to go and travel first thing the next morning to Candlekeep. Does that sound good?
Works for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you say your goodbyes to Alamir, and you make your way to the next morning north again to let me just okay, there we go. There's a way. There we go. Just kind of minimize these so they're not. And you make your way back up into Heapside to the northern section until you find your way to the Shrine of the Suffering. And I don't actually have any pictures of it, but it is essentially your basic shrine to Ilmater, where you see the god looking, like he's been walked, just like walking away, broken boned, crumpled and twisted, in agonizing pain, with a look of sadness on his face, as he's being tortured, carrying the burdens and the sins of human of the people on his shoulders.
People
There
buy
is
this stuff.
you see, even first thing in the morning, there is a group of very poor dock workers, a woman and a very young child, barely able to walk. They're all dressed in rags, basically. And there is a man. He's bald on top, with long straggly hair, wearing just a simple smock that you would think would not keep him warm on a day like today. The entire lower city is still covered in a heavy fog. Oh, look, random weather generator actually came up with fog. It's a little colder than normal, but it's this time in the morning. It's probably in the mid to upper 30s. It's a little chilly, but he is there, talking to them, consoling them, wrapping wounds, giving them little bits of bread and cheese, and then sending them on their way. As the final two people, the mother and the young child, walk away, he turns towards the group of you and he says, "Well, hello, my children. How might I be of assistance today?"
He's got a creepy voice. Watch out, guys.
That's what I was thinking too.
It came out much different than I had planned. Yes. It's supposed to be soft-spoken and caring.
I'm feeling like if you ever hand somebody a robe, you don't want to put it on because it's probably going to be one that fillets you or something. Because, yeah, it just seems like one of those kind of places or this kind of guy.
Could I dare hope? Were you sent perhaps by the Flaming Fist to help?
The Flaming Fist wouldn't help you if you were the last thing in the city. Town guards are not going to help you solve the problems that are actually integral to the city as a whole and people, but we can. If you're talking about some creeps in the crypts you have, apparently.
What are the creeps in the crypts?
Well, it is the. Let's see. Sorry, I need to pull this out again.
Oh no! Leave it put away.
No. Because I gotta.
I don't know why, but all of a sudden you said Blazing Saddles. I pictured the three amigos for some reason.
The three amigos. Come on. Get me to. There we go. I found it. All right. So he goes, well, this church's only source of non-denomination income is the twisting series of crypts that extends down from behind the altar. And we charge a small fee so that the poor families can have a corpse taken down into the tombs, where the sewer rats flood in and clean the flesh, and then the bones are interred and given some measure of dignity in their rest. However, yes, there is, as of late, one of the young men who was helping me went down with some of the bodies and came back screaming and there were huge tentacled worms that were grabbed the bodies from him and tried to grab him, but he ran. I've not been down myself, but yes.
Under my breath or whatever, or vocally whatever, I'm like, worms again.
You have encountered these worms before?
I don't know if it's those worms, but we definitely have encountered worms.
I'm trying to think. What worms did you? Oh, those.
The worms
right.
in the bodies on the boat.
Yeah.
Yes, those worms. Well, perhaps it is the same thing. It sounds like you are well versed in these things.
Well, if they're giant tentacle worms, these are probably a lot bigger than the little worms that got shot at us.
Oh, no. Young Kaba is never one to be fearful or shy away from work. He always shows up sober and quite alert. No, I trust that he saw something down there and that it was dangerous, some type of danger. So yes, if you're willing to go take a look, I'd be extremely grateful.
Well, I can't speak for everybody here, but I feel like getting rid of this
I feel
and
like it's
helping
a
the
worthy
city.
cause.
Yeah.
All right. So he takes you. He goes, fantastic. Many blessings upon you for your willingness to help and to help those in need. Thank you. And he takes you to the altar, and behind the altar there is just like a curtain draped over there's like a really it's a block of wood, and he goes, oh, could you help me here? And you help him push aside this block of wood. It's not very thick, and it's kind of starting to rot after from age and weathering. You push it aside, and there is stairs and a winding staircase going down into the ground. It is down there, and you travel down approximately 50, 60 feet, and you will come to the first levels of the catacombs. And they spread out and go further down as well.
Well, luckily, we don't need any light.
And yeah, he goes, oh, yes, dude. He looks, well, I guess some of you can see in the dark. Do you need any light? You have your own?
We're good unless you have like a scroll of daylight.
I'm afraid I do not.
I fully understand. I'm looking at the people you're trying to take care of and the conditions that they are in, and I understand that, if you had any, you'd look like you'd be giving it to them anyway.
Of course. No, it is We give compassion where we can, as is the teachings of the crying God. We do not have much in the way of resources ourselves. So this is single file. So who's going first, second, third, fourth?
I'm not go- I volunteered. I'm sorry. we pushed Smock to go first.
Very good. So we have
What else can we ask for but to put a paladin in front as we walk into a crypt?
It's fine for
It
me.
makes sense.
that it does make sense. All right. So Smock and Luna. And then
Wait.
next.
I'll go. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll follow up at the end.
There we go.
So then you want to go last behind. So then Hef between Jinx and Spot, or you want to not have Hef go with you?
That's up to Smock and how he was having him train and everything else. I don't know what was going on with that 100%.
This is part of the training. You betcha.
Perfect. That's perfect. Okay. So if we were doing experience, this would go a long ways into catching, into giving experience to the young man. All right. So you go down the staircase, winds down, and you go down the about 50, 60 feet that that the priest was telling you about, and you get to a point. And it continues down, but then there's a little archway. It's only about a little over 5 feet tall. So Smock, you would have to bend down to go through it. And beyond, you see winding. It opens up a little bit to like 10 foot wide, and you see winding passages. But as you look, the area that it goes into looks like you see it has alcoves, and every alcove is filled with the remnants of various people. There's bones filling every single one, for as far as you can see.
I don't know what it is, but part of me wants to literally take all at the alcoves and take the heads, this head skull or whatever, off each one of them, and just kind of like put them somewhere else, just so they're not connected to the whole skeleton. Didn't do that obviously, but
yep. So the ground seems solid. So if you want to explore this area, you can. It takes you about 30 minutes, and you carefully explore the passages at this level, and they wind and twist, and there's some dead ends, but they're limited, and all the places where bones could be stored have been stored here, and you find no creatures.
Okay. We proceed slowly
Start
forward.
rattling on some stuff to make noise to attract anything, guys, or not?
I didn't. Not purposefully.
I'm asking the question to the group. Like, should we bang on stuff to maybe see if we can get these things to come out, or
we could use Smock's armor as a percussion instrument.
Jenkins can be bait. Maybe. Yeah.
Light something in.
Okay.
Glaive. You can touch the glaive.
So the glaive now begins shining with a bright light, and it lights the path down. So you go down about another 30, 35 feet, and it begins to widen into like a 10-foot passageway. And you find yourself in an older, more less used section of crypts. And you see go ahead and make perception checks.
We are very, very
We're all very average today.
Whoa, except for Hef. Hef is probably scared enough that like
He's on high alert.
yeah, his
Here, have a beer. Settle down.
Hef is like, oh wait, did you hear that? It's there's some creatures down here. I hear scrabbling.
I could picture this. I really could. All right. Luna, I'm going to suggest you and I stay like side by side so that we can do the sentinel thing. Should we have opportunity to do that kind of thing? Yeah.
So, all right. So
and I am continuing to tap, ahead with the butt of the glaive. So
the ground here is wet. You're at this point you are below you're below the sea level. Well, maybe not below sea level, because you gotta remember it was like it essentially Baldur's Gate is like San Francisco in terms of it's like from the docks, it's just rolling hills that go up pretty high into the little mountains that surround the bay. So only traveling down around 90, 100 feet. No, you're definitely above sea level still. But it could be but the ground here is wet. There is some runoff, some water runoff, maybe from the mountains and the hills. And there are streamlets and such that go into the cities or and into the through some parts of the city itself. And it seems that the ground here is moist. Up ahead in the opening, you see some bones lying in the middle of the circle of the opening.
As we move up, and we get closer, we're not close enough yet, but when we get up further, I'm going to use my mage hand, whatever invisible mage hand, to go over there and just kind of push the bones around a little bit because you can do that.
Okay, something's going on with Hef's token.
It's not me.
Oh, this is why. Save settings. Okay, let me just fix this real quick. Somehow this is an old token that isn't tied to the character sheet. There we go. That's better.
I'm doing whatever's needed.
And it's a 7 temporary. Was that it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. There we go. All right. So as you're looking at the bones.
I'm moving them around with my mage hand from many feet away.
It looks there's only a few of them. It's what you're looking at is at most half a body. There's no skull, and you might see a femur and some finger bones, some of the small bones of the feet, a cracked pelvic bone, a few ribs, maybe a joint or two, but from the shoulder or knee. That's it.
This doesn't look like that great a place to, be put to final rest.
So
I go ahead and do a divine sense.
Okay. Yep. You do divine sense, and oops, you don't sense anything on your divine sense within range.
Okay. Very good.
So,
I do tell the team, guys, I don't sense any celestial, undead, fiend, or anything hallowed or anything like that in 60 feet, as long as it doesn't have total cover.
I am going to modify that. You do get a sense of hallowed ground.
Okay.
You don't sense any creatures, which is a good thing when you're in crypts. But you get sense of hallowed ground, like over in this direction, and also up above you, up over here. So there are, and also, of course, I think you're definitely still in range for the crypts above you is hallowed as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, yeah. You're always there.
Like herpes. Oh, sorry.
TMI, I guess.
Oh, that's right. It is good that you're using light, because otherwise Hef couldn't see.
Oh. I totally didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So you do notice so Smock and Luna, are either of you proficient in survival? Yep. And the ground is definitely it's a little moist and slick, but it's definitely solid. And it is like stone and a little bit of dirt and sludge. Go ahead, Luna, and make a survival check, please. Okay. It's mediocre night. You think, yeah, that's what I thought. You see, there are various types of tracks of some kind, or it looks like the soft earth on top of the stone has been disturbed, but it's very difficult to make out specific prints and tell what's been here and where it's traveled and such. No. Jinx, did you want to try a survival check?
Yeah, since I'm
In,
essentially proficient in everything.
yes, exactly.
Oh, I don't see anything, man. These guys, the footprints and their little movements and stuff, had just taken away all the good, evidence.
Let's see
found a footprint.
let's see if Wide-Eyed Hef notices anything. Nope, he doesn't.
In fact,
I
they go,
told ya.
wow, look at that
Smock-
plate armored footprint. Who is that?
Yeah,
Oh,
Smock and Luna just have destroyed
You guys
any
looking
evidence.
for? I don't
Yeah.
really see nothing either.
I'm way back here.
we really sucked. We really sucked tonight. I hope we don't run into anything.
If we do see
We
our
do. We're
skull,
calling it there, right? And we'll fight next week.
I think
If-
so.
if we do see like a skull with its vertebrae still connected to it, I'll pick that up with my mage hand and I'll carry it in front of us about a handful of feet, just to kind of go around the corners and look around.
I did. My description did say that there is no skull.
Yeah, of that particular one.
Yep. Yeah. So, and you don't see any others. Go ahead
Anything on
and
the ceiling?
What's that?
Anything on the ceiling?
Anything on the ceiling?
You said tentacles, and I just made me think of tentacle stuff.
And there was that roper you encountered too, that
right,
like tore you
right.
guys apart. So like you're looking at the walls, you're like is there any like a piece of the wall that looks like it's like projecting out more than it should be? That's unnatural. You're looking everywhere and you don't see anything. The ceiling, it's a relatively low ceiling. It's only about it goes up about 7 feet. And then rounds off the top, so it's maybe 11 feet tall in the center. So and it's rough hewn and weathered, and also it's the dampness has created a glistening condensation on the ceiling and the walls, but that's it. So yeah, as you're looking at that,
Crypt, dead
it
end.
is. It looks like it was an area for a crypt, and the crypt has long been either moved or maybe it's just a spot for the crypt. There's nothing there. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You and Smock can both make perception checks. We got to get some. There we go. Whoa. And there we go. Now it turns around. You and Smock both. Yep. You hear something, and the something you hear is from further down the corridor in front of you to the left. It's a distinctive scrabbling sound, a scraping sound. It's very difficult to tell distance, but with those perceptions, you would guess that it's approximately maybe 80, 90 feet down the corridor that direction.
And then I say, where the heck is Spot?
Nowhere to be seen.
Sleeping.
I'm invisible.
So yeah,
My computer doesn't want to work right for me.
So Jinx, you notice that like Hef, no matter what path you take, Hef is like right behind you.
Fine.
He does not like he doesn't let you get too far ahead.
He stepped in a different spot than I did.
Yeah, and he follows like right in your footsteps. Whatever path you take, he takes. Yes, you look down that way, and you do see a bunch of cubicles. So this map isn't 100% accurate in terms of content. Instead of the barrels in there, it is yes, exactly. So you see small crypts filled with or crypt cubbies filled with bones. Set very. Um, what's interesting. What's interesting is that as you're looking, there is only everything above you was full. This is the first storage area that you've seen since coming down to this next level down. You would have expected this probably to all be full, but as you're looking, only the ones in the back corners, actually the back corner on this side, is full, and this whole entire wall over here is full. Closest to you on the north side of this, I guess, west wall, you notice most of the cubicles are empty. Yeah. So Smock, you step in there, you notice something interesting as you get in there. Even with just your passive perception, beneath the empty cubicles or cubbies, where the bones that are empty of any bones, you notice like a white powder on the ground reflected in the white light from your glaive. And there's a little bit of that.
I do turn around and whisper and tell them that.
Yep. And there you notice a little bit of the white powder and on the edges of some of those empty cubbies too. And
is it the powder of the bones?
It's bone powder. Yes.
Okay.
So is there powder over here, or is it only over here?
They're just the bones are all in there. Any cubbies that still have bones in them, there is no bone powder. Just white bleached bones.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, just poke around a little bit with the butt of the weapon, and just poke around a little bit gently, kindly, with reverence, not
gently,
kindly
with reverence, but it's still there's like some scraping, and and the noise of the tapping kind of reverberates through the chamber. Luna and Jinx, you hear a responding noise coming from further down the corridor. And
what kind of noise is it?
It's scrabbling and scraping is the only way that could be described. So, and Luna and Jinx, like at the edge of your 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, at the end of your vision, you see coming around the corner a large creature. It is. Yep. It looks like a huge golden brown worm with a large front mouth and tentacles coming from around the mouth, like coming out, going out, and kind of feeling out the area around it as it scuttles forward. Let's go ahead and have some initiative. I think I can do this with Hef now. Oof. And let's do, can I do this? Let's see if I can do this. Initiative. It did. Oh, if I select the token, it'll roll it appropriately. Perfect.
Yep.
Spot. You want to do initiative, please?
Yep. Working on it. If I can find my button. Okay, I have my token selected, so I don't know why it didn't do it.
Not a problem. You got it right here. So, okay. All right. Jinx, you're actually going to be above the creature. So yeah, appropriate. Smok couldn't actually see it, was in the room. Hef, the problem right now though, Hef can hear it. Hef can't see it.
Yeah, the only light is right here.
Yep. And so the light might reflect out to about here, but that's it. Hef is like, I hear it down there, but I can't see it. So he will
ready to his lips.
Yeah. he's going to ready an action to shoot the first thing that he sees.
Smart comes out of nowhere.
He's the creature. Yes. Luna.
Good job, by the way.
Yep. Okay. Spot.
I can hear them talking about it, so I will 5, 10, 15, 20, and see what we're dealing with. I'll go over there in front of Luna on that. And I will throw two darts. Right?
Okay.
Nope, that's 20 foot. Well, disadvantage for 60 feet, right?
Yep.
Eight probably doesn't hit.
Yeah, armor class. Nope, does not hit.
And another 8. So I throw two darts and miss. And I will
Okay.
stay there for now until Luna engages.
Very good. Jinx.
I'm going to do something different than I normally used to doing. I move. Why did I keep selecting the wrong thing? Sorry.
Well, you kind of have to because you can't throw insults at him.
Yeah, I move up 15 feet, and you mentioned we could get adventure gear, and I said I wanted hand crossbows, so I pull out these 2 hand crossbows, and one in each hand, and I go pow pow.
Awesome.
I'm gunslinging essentially,
Yep.
and I don't have much to hit on these because I'm not the most whatever of the group. I completely miss. Perfect example of why I don't use these kind of weapons. And the other hand, 16 hit.
16 hits.
So I whack it for 7 points of piercing damage, and then I move my 15 feet back.
So yeah, the hand crossbow bolt like sinks into the flesh on the underside of the creature as it's rearing up and coming forward, and you hear this kind of deep hissing sound come from the creature's mouth, and it comes rushing forward.
And I whispered to myself, by the way, that I also think I might be left-handed because my primary hand missed.
That, or what you thought your primary hand was. Fortunately, it's only moves 30 feet, 10, 20. So it moves up.
45 reach.
But as it's moving up, from behind, you see another creature that's crawling. Let's see. So this is 10, 20, 30, but it is actually crawling on the side of the walls, like actually almost hanging partially upside down, crawling on the corner of the ceiling as it comes towards you. So this creature was coming all the way up, but it can't actually. So it's going to come up right here, but it has to double move to do that. 10, 20. This creature can only come up to, actually is going to come up to there. They can overlap in even though they're large creatures, because one is above the other. And actually, this is the one that's above, so I'm going to move him on top. There we go.
Do I have opportunity attack because it popped into my opportunity sentinel?
Yes, because the corner of you sees it. Yeah, so the one that's the bottom one, you absolutely couldn't attack.
Okay.
And you see far in the back, you see another one coming up.
Sorry, this would be Polar Master opportunity attack, not Sentinel.
Right. I knew what you meant. I knew it was giving it.
Advantage or no advantage?
No advantage, not yet. No.
Okay.
There is no flanking on it.
Light source in the entire area.
15 hits. Yeah. You slash it pretty wickedly from the side. Ooh, and you throw some divine energy on it, and it sizzles, hisses and sizzles, and the creature begins to ooze this pale yellow ichor.
And then butt action?
No, not on I don't think
not on a okay.
Because that's
Fair
your
enough.
reaction that
Yep.
Not yet, but Hef will. So thank you for reminding me. Hef will go ahead and attempt to hit with the longbow. Hello, longbow. Oh, and he hits for 11. Yes.
Wow. Go Hef.
And it is Smock's turn.
All right. Hit with the glaive. Or try to, that is. 13 to hit.
Yep. That just barely hits.
11 damage.
Okay. Are you adding anything to it?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So the glaive cuts. Whoops. I don't know why it did that. Oh, I see what happened. I just do it like that. Okay, now something weird is going on. Oh, this is really weird. Let's try this again. There we go.
Okay. Now I had a reaction, which I used,
Mm-hmm.
and then it became my turn. So I did my action. Do I get a bonus action?
Yes, you do. You still get a bonus action. So the
Okay.
creature, you cut right through the creature, slice it from its mouth down through its torso, and the creature like curls away and um, falls to the ground and curls away like a worm in its death throes.
Okay. Now I have a 10-foot reach, so I believe I can reach that other one from where I am, or do I need to move forward?
I'm just going to move it off out of the way. No, you can. You're kind of leaning around.
Okay.
To
So
get to it,
is
but
it
you
fair to
can't.
say, so if I move here, I can definitely hit him? Yeah.
Yeah, you could have
And
before, but yeah.
okay, I could before from here. Okay, that's
Yes.
that's where I'd prefer to stay.
Yep.
Hit with the butt action. 14 to hit,
That hits.
and 6 points of damage, and I'm not adding this time.
Very
But
good.
I am moving over here.
Okay. Yeah. So you hit that creature. And now it is officially Hef's turn again. He's going to attack the close one. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Dang. Wow.
That's good with the bow.
Yeah, he is.
And he is going to kind of back up just a little bit as he does that, just kind of get some good room. And it's Luna's turn. I mean, yeah. Technically, the creature's on the ceiling. You could go beneath it. I mean, the ceiling's only 11, 12 feet high, so there's just it's like it's well, so just go
Right
there.
there.
That's probably. I mean, if you want, you could go here, partially underneath. No,
Got acid for blood.
I'm and that 10 misses. No, actually, I think this is the first monstrosity you guys have fought. So, all right. So that is Luna. Anything I get? Is that it? Okay. Spot.
I'm assuming I gotta like jump off the wall to jump up and hit it. Do you want me to make acrobatics or anything?
Nope. No acrobatics needed. I mean, it's within easy striking range. Like you figure, this is a large creature. Like Luna and this creature are like almost rubbing fur to scales.
Do I? Let me double check this for a second. .30-foot line. So they're more than 30 feet apart, so I won't do that. Never mind. Okay, then I will just Draconic strike it with acid, because that always seems to work better. So acid hands, slap
Okay.
it in the face.
Nope.
9 misses. But that one should hit a 15.
That hits, yes, for 8 damage.
And then, yeah, I'm just going to do the 2 hits. And then I will try to move around Luna to the other side of him.
Yep, you
To
absolutely
give
can do
flanking.
that. And now you got flanking. Excellent. All right, Jinx.
Even though Hef has been doing such a great job, I'm still going to give him inspiration as my bonus action, and then I'll take one crossbow shot at the worm.
Okay.
So I'll let you remember that. And I will hit the worm for 12 points of piercing damage, apparently. Actually, yeah.
Nice.
Inspiration. Oh, nice for for 12 points. Yeah, because crit.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yep.
did. Here, inspiration, purple there.
Use it.
Inspiration.
Use those hand crossbows more. That's pretty sweet.
Right?
That was great. Yeah.
He put it in his left hand finally, you know.
It's like the Princess Bride. Ha! You thought I was left-handed.
Nice. Is that it?
Yeah. That was actually just whatever.
Okay, yeah. So this creature hissing as it's hissing. So Luna's big and large spot just hit him too. Let's see. 1 to 4, he's going to go for spot. Nope, he's going to turn and I meant Luna. 1 to 4 was Luna. He's going to turn and hit spot.
Sure.
That was weird.
That's how we roll.
No, that's not what I said. That was weird. Maybe it was
Pick on the orc. Pick on the orc.
He just wants to sing Chumbawamba again. I get knocked down and I get F again.
Okay. So it's going to, well, actually, yeah. So it's going to attempt to attack with its tentacles. So, whoa. So it strikes out the tentacles, and you take 5 points of poison, and you need to make a DC 13 con save. So you got that spot? Con save?
Yep. Sorry, I'm half reading stuff.
No problem. All right.
Not
So
with the sticks.
you are, in addition, you have the poison condition from its hit for a minute, and you are also now paralyzed. At the end of each of your turns, you can make another con save to unparalyze yourself, but you are going to stay poisoned. Poisoned. You're also paralyzed. I don't have anything specific for that, I don't think, but
So poisoned is just disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Does that include my save?
no, I don't think that includes your save.
Okay.
It
I'm assuming they would
should
say save if it was,
actually,
but just wanted to double check.
it should actually, we can double check that really quick. So if you go on,
Well, it says it right in the condition on D&D Beyond, so that's why I was just double checking.
yep, Got it.
A poison
Okay.
creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. So it doesn't say saves, otherwise usually it says saves.
All right. Is there something? What can I
But
do
I automatically
for?
fail save and dex or strength and dex saves right now, being paralyzed. So
Here, I'll just put the stunned on you, and that'll be the paralyzed. Okay. This one crawls up, so 10. Well, crawl up like that and go to it. Actually, spot. So it had a second attack. I should probably finish that.
it has advantage and it's an automatic crit.
Ooh. Yeah. It's going to do it because it was already attacking you. So it hits you and, well, actually, hold on.
As long as it's within 5 feet of me.
Once it hits you and you become paralyzed by its thing, it would not. No, that's not how these creatures work. So it would turn away from you once you were paralyzed. It would not attack you again. And instead, it would turn and try to bite Luna.
Well, at least it doesn't think I'm a threat anymore. Hooray!
Hits Luna for 7. So, all right. The other one comes up and tries to attack Luna. So first with the tentacles. Misses. And then a bite. And misses.
Sorry, Luna, you no longer have advantage from me being across the way because paralyzed creatures don't give advantage.
And you see another one come up from behind. Jinx and Smock, make perception checks, please, for me. Or actually, yeah. Perfect.
Smock can't be surprised.
Perfectly rolling like we always do.
Okay. Jinx, you and Hef both hear from behind Hef up in the direction from the northern passage. You hear more scrambling. And from out of that passage up there, I'm going to do that. And then actually, in 20 and 10 more. There's 2 more creatures come out and are scrambling straight towards you and Hef. And Hef's like, oh, behind us, there's more. Smock, it's your turn.
Smock hides.
Well, you don't want to let them get to Hef? 20 definitely hits. Are you adding anything to that?
Yep.
Nice. Yep. So you smack the creature, and whoa, the animation like froze. That's weird.
And then butt action.
Oh, definitely.
And add in 7 more. And I am complete with my turn.
Okay.
Actually, I do that.
Okay. Yep. And you strike out the creature and tear into its carapace. And the creature is harsh hissing in your face. It's Hef's turn. He like backs up a little bit. Wow. Well, Luna's got, wow. This is tough, but Hef would
Yeah, I've been training to take down the target at a time, if I remember right.
I know, but Hef's kind of got this thing going on right now. Yeah, Hef is like, this thing came up and if it wasn't for Smock, it would have ran him over, and he knows he wouldn't have survived. So he's focused on that one that came from behind. So he is going to try to hit it, and barely does with an arrow. And that's Hef's turn. Luna. All right. No, 9 does not hit. Yeah, you probably are like, do I really want to bite it? Look at those tentacles. All right. Spot. So you are paralyzed. End of the turn. Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
That should do it.
That definitely does it. You are no longer paralyzed. But that is the end of your turn.
I can talk, guys. Oh.
Oh, the worm heard you.
It does mean advantage. It does mean advantage is restored, though.
That is correct. Ending the poison until this poison ends. Oh, and you are no longer poisoned either. That ends the poison too.
It's like you stayed poisoned. Okay.
You know, I thought you stayed poisoned, but it doesn't. It ends the actual poison itself.
Did I take bonus damage from the poison at all?
Oh,
I don't even know if you rolled damage to me once I got. I don't remember rolling or taking damage. Just the 5 poison, was that it?
Yeah, it was just the 5. That was it. It was because it was really just a lash out with the tentacles. It didn't bite you. Okay. Jinx.
How do I want to do this? Nope, I'm just gonna go bippity boop. We'll take a couple of crossbow shots at this guy right here that Hef also turned to. He drew my attention.
Yep.
18 to hit and 11 misses, I'm assuming.
Yeah, 11 misses.
Yeah. So the 18th, 5 points of damage.
5 points. Very good.
And I move down like this.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. It is their turn. Okay. Let's start with there's 2 on Luna. Because the one still thinks that Spot is paralyzed, doesn't know that is ended. So a tentacle attack on Luna. Misses. Attempt to bite. Hits for 4. Another tentacle attack on Luna from the other one. 13 misses, or 12 misses, and then a bite. Ooh, no hits, just hits. So 6 and 4, 10 total. 2 bites for 10.
And he has to take concentration for his bark skin.
Yes, thank you. So two separate constitution saves. And you would have had to do one before too. So that's for the first one. You need 2 more. I should, and that one, so the first hit this time ended your bark skin. Yep. Yeah, the tentacles still wouldn't have hit you because it would have missed by 1. Okay. And then these come up. 10, 20. Can't quite get around. It's also on the ceiling. Can get up to Spot. It's going to attempt to attack Spot. Tentacles. Oh. Okay.
You're just mean to me today.
It's the another DC 13 con save.
Aren't I immune after I save from it? You know, that's always a good way to do it.
Yeah, unfortunately, these aren't written that way. Oof. All right. The fortunately, like before, once you're paralyzed, they leave you alone. So another 5 damage.
Yeah, but they're also taking me out of the fight to help my friends right now.
Why? If you're applying the damage, it's not updating on your token either.
I haven't done that one yet, but I did the first one, and that was because I had 7 temporary hit points.
Oh, that's right.
Now you should see it.
Yep.
Which gives
That
me
makes
minus
sense.
3.
So it is going to be able to kind of partially. Yeah, it's going to be able to get in there and attack Luna as well. So it will try a bite on Luna. And it does hit this time for 10 piercing. It doesn't carry over to your forms. Would be nice if it did. Okay. And now the one on. So this is going to come down. One below, one above. Actually, this is the one that's above. So let me to front. And both of them are going to attack Smock. First one, tentacles. 20 hits, right? So that is 6 poison, and you need to make a con save, please. Very good. So you are not poisoned. It tries to bite you and does 6 piercing with its bite. And the second one comes up. But that doesn't hit, does it? Oh, wait. What is your armor class now?
Yeah, it does hit.
Yeah.
It does hit.
So that is another 4 poison, and you need to make another con save. Excellent. And it will try to bite you and misses. Okay.
By the way, when it entered my range, did I get an opportunity attack?
Oh, yes, you would. As a matter of fact, it may not have. That second one may not have gotten
because it's 10 feet away when I lock
correct.
it.
So go ahead and see
if I hit, it didn't happen.
That's
at least
correct.
from the one guy, and I didn't hit.
Okay. So and now it's your turn.
Okay. All right.
Are they at disadvantage because they're sharing space?
No, because one's on the ceiling, one's on the floor.
Again, you said it was only 11 feet, though. They're still technically sharing space if they're large.
Yeah, 10 by 10 feet.
Yeah.
That means I take up the whole room.
So 21 points of damage from the glaive hit
Against the one that was already hurt.
Yes.
Yeah, you take that one down.
Okay. Then butt action on the other one. And a miss. Oh, miss? No.
No, that hits. That hits.
Oh, okay, just
That's
barely.
exactly- yes, just barely.
Just barely. Okay. There's that. And just for the fun of it, we'll throw my last one on it. And there it is. All spent.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Hef is let's see. Nobody's really said anything to him, but now you have just one on you, so Hef's not quite as worried about that. He'll turn and he'll try to help on the other side. So he will he barely hits to do 6. And more Icar comes out of that one, and it's Luna's turn. Yep. You do have advantage on it right now, yes.
No, he
Oh,
doesn't.
wait,
I'm paralyzed
no.
again.
Because Spot is paralyzed again. Yeah.
He doesn't need it.
You don't. Because the
you
one
don't.
worm ignored me because he thought I was still paralyzed, but the other worm must have noticed I moved my lips, so he bit me.
He doesn't need it anyway.
And yep, but you take that one out.
He taste.
Yep. Okay. All right. That's okay. That's 10 damage. Because we just take the first one. All right. Spot. End of so another con save, please. The good news is they shouldn't be attacking you now anymore.
Nope.
Ooh. Nope. So still paralyzed. Jinx. Sorry, Spot.
No, that's fine. Just one of the things about being a monk. You're shut down if you get in combat with something like this. So
I'm going to go ahead and cast Distant Whispers on the one. Move up here, and I'm going to cast Distant Whispers on this one right here.
I'm sorry, on which
It's a
one?
DC on this top one right here.
On the top one?
So it's a DC 15 Wisdom save.
What's the requirements for Dissonant Whispers?
It doesn't actually have any.
Okay, it doesn't have like
It just can't be deafened.
intelligence or language or anything like that.
Nope, it can't be deafened.
Okay. Yep, no problem then.
Yeah.
So wisdom save.
yeah, because you're whispering the secrets of the universe into its ear, which
All
that
right.
could just be gibberish.
So it's going to take a whole roll really bad, 10 points of damage, but it does have to take its reaction to immediately basically run away.
Yep, and Luna can get an attack of opportunity. So actually, it's going to be going this way.
Please don't sentinel it if you're doing it, though. Don't sentinel it if you're going to do it, though.
You hit for this. The first one. It's all yeah. If
And I
one,
You don't have to do that.
you don't have
though.
to sentinel
That's
it.
your choice.
you're letting it
We
run.
want it to
Okay.
run. Yeah.
Okay, then it runs. All right.
And I will use my reaction or my what's it called? My bonus action.
Bonus action.
My bonus action. I turn around and I see Smock and his little worm, and I'm going to try to telekinetically shove it. So it's a strength save, which is probably its strongest save, but
No, not quite.
I'm gonna
3. That's the 1.
3.
Definitely does not make it.
Yep. So all that happens, it gets pushed back 5 feet.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a 5 feet push. That's all it is.
Okay. No problem. All right. So it's already within range of Smock.
Yeah, I
It
know.
doesn't get the attack as it comes forward. It's going to try to tentacle him and misses. A bite and misses. The one that's right up on Luna will tentacle and hit for 3 poison. Luna, you need to make a con save, please, using the hyena form.
We're all looking, waiting, anticipation for the roll.
And
nice.
he makes it. And then a bite, which hits for 6. And so then the question is, we're going to Carrion Crawler. Yeah. This Carrion Crawler goes scuttling off into away. Okay. Smock, your turn.
Okay. Alrighty. 14 to hit.
That hits.
13 damage.
Yep.
Butt action.
Got it.
And 5 damage.
Okay.
Well, I am out of spells.
All right. Hef. Luna's looking pretty bad, but I think Hef. Yeah, the one's gone. You know what? I'm just.
Hef would know I can heal. So if he takes care of the one on me, I can run over and help Luna.
Yep.
Whether he'd remember it or not, maybe not in combat, but
Well, he's kind of going back and forth at this point. So he is going to attack the one on you, hits it for 7. He's also he is trying to see what's wounded right now too. Luna. Yep. That hits. Okay, actually 8. There we go. Are you moving or just staying there? All right. All right, Spot. Make your save.
Nah, he doesn't feel like it. He wants to sleep like everybody keeps telling him to.
Spot the great sleeper.
Oh, it twirled on a 3 for quite a while before it dropped to the 16.
All right. Spot may get another attack in this this game after all. This session.
No.
So he is no longer
Somebody will
paralyzed.
see my foot twitch again and then he'll bite me.
This, other than the fact that roll 20 just became unresponsive to me. That's not good. Let me see if I can reset.
It's because it didn't know what to do with the idea of Spot being able to actually attack something.
Yeah.
Actually, just Spot waking up. It's like,
It's
what?
like, what am I doing over here? What?
Okay. Reload. I know it's working fine. All right. Jinx, your turn.
I will take 2 shots at the guy next to Smock because I feel like he needs to be free.
Okay.
18 to hit for a whole 4 points,
Yeah.
and 9 does not hit.
Nope.
And that's all I'm going to be able to do. I know Luna's fine because not only is he that, but even if he reverts back, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
Okay. So it is their turn again. The one on starting with Smock. Let's see. Tentacles. Wow. Miss really, really terribly. And the bite misses. And then the final one on Luna. Hits for 5 poison. I need a DC 13 con save, please. Whoops. That's not right. It was 4. Hold on. There we go. And so, yeah. So Luna is poisoned and paralyzed. Oh my God! Which means, oh, sorry, Spot. Which means that it moves over, but just to try to bite you. That's it.
I'm not awake yet. Why? I just want to munch on somebody who's already paralyzed.
It missed. And it missed.
Delicious morsel.
Okay, Smock, your turn.
All right. Now, I just looked in my inventory. I have this silver gauntlet pin, and I believe this grants a channel divinity without. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
it does.
Okay, so I will attempt to hit it with my glaive.
But
channel
divinity is that, but that's not the smite, right?
That allows to convert it to a smite.
Okay.
Yep.
The channel divinity, right? So with a bonus action.
Let me read it.
No, channel divinity is.
It's not a bonus action.
No.
While you wear this animal, use channel of any feature, expanding features, uses. It can't be used again until dawn.
So you get 1 extra.
Yep, but let me read just to make sure. Channel divinity. Oath allows you to channel divine energy. Use your channel divinity to choose which option to use. You then must finish, after you use it, you must finish a short or long rest to use it again. So it's not a reaction, it's just automatic from how it reads.
Correct. The thing that I'm pretty sure though, so your channel divinity is separate. That's separate from your divine smite.
But I can use a channel divinity to convert a spell slot into an open slot. In other words, it opens it up for divine smite.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. But that is something that the item, if the item lets you do that, then I don't think the item lets you do that. I think that is one of the abilities. That's Tasha's ability of all paladins.
Okay. Well, this silver gauntlet.
Yeah, but the gauntlet pin gives him the ability to use that ability again,
right,
which he's using to convert to an open slot.
Right.
Okay.
For another spell.
And that's fine.
But this is it.
This is it. He's done it.
And
he knows he'll go sit in the corner and twiddle his thumbs.
So you're using your bonus action to create another so that you can use divine smite next time, right?
It doesn't say to use a bonus action, but if that's okay. Well, either way, I got to hit it first, so let's do that.
So do that. I will take a look here because
yep, please. 19 to hit at a minimum.
19 hits. Yep.
11 damage. Perhaps it's moot if it's dead.
It is.
Okay.
It is. You finish that off. Yep. And then are you doing
1, 2, 3,
yep.
4, 5. Can I move here, or is that not a legal move? Because he went to human. Did he go to human form, or is he paralyzed, or what is he?
He's
paralyzed, but he's still there. He still takes up the whole space.
You can go
Okay,
here,
so-
here.
Here?
You could go. Yes, you can go there.
And that would hit from 10 feet away, I would assume, just
yeah.
from the low. Okay.
Yep.
So it would be an attempt at the butt action, and then this would be the ruling of the, if I hit, that is. No, wrong one. There it is. And I didn't hit, so never mind.
Yeah, so it lets you use your channel divinity feature without expending any uses. So it's a free channel divinity.
Once per long rest. Right.
Right. But that lets you do one of your 2 channel divinity options, which is either sacred weapon or turn the unholy.
But as his class feature, he gets a different one also for
Right.
channel divinity. Once you specialize, you gain another one usually
All
on
right,
every
so
paladin.
Great Skin and Draconic Smite. As a bonus action, you can imbue the next melee attack with Draconic power. Okay, so you can do your Draconic Smite as a bonus action using that channel divinity for free. Yes, that you can do.
Okay. But I didn't hit, so.
Yeah. All right. I didn't realize that you had the a Draconic Smite in there. I forgot about that. Oh, and the reach increases by 5 feet, so you could hit from 15 feet away.
15. Whoa. Okay, I like
We're
that.
learning new things.
Yeah.
15 feet. Damn.
Yeah, and reach increases by 5 feet when you do that, because you have to actually say you're using the Draconic Smite before you make the attack. Okay. All right. So Hef's turn. It's only one left. Hef. Oh yeah, hits 9. All right. Go ahead, Luna. This should go quick, so we'll just see. Yep, con save. End of your turn, con save. Oh yeah, not a problem. All right, and that's the end of your turn. Spot, you have a turn.
Woohoo!
Where do I got to be opposite?
That's fine.
Out there.
Yep.
Yeah, because
I roll over, jump to my feet, and say, "Stop making me tingle," and then I hit him.
At least buy him dinner
14?
first.
That hits. Yep.
That's acid damage. If that does
Okay.
any extra now, I don't know. Now that I actually hit with it once.
Nah, it doesn't have any special immunities, but no special.
Okay. And then that one's going to be electricity because I want to make them feel the shock of being paralyzed.
Okay. Yeah. And you see
then I'm
like
gonna
it
use
just like starts
point.
spurting ichor out of between its scales as the
Use a
electricity.
key point because this is probably the only 3 hits I'm going to get. So then
Yep.
another electrical for 16 to hit.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Well
yeah.
done.
22 points of damage total.
Excellent.
Kick ass. Yeah, well done.
And yeah, and it is feeling pretty hurt. Jinx.
Since I used a bonus action for the extra hit, I can't go into dodge. So
I am just almighty surprised by the amazing feat that was Spot's hits.
I think that's the first like three hit round.
Yeah.
that's the first hits at all that I've done. So
I was trying to be
all
nice,
the
not
rest
say
were
that.
misses and paralyzation.
Well, I'm just thinking for the campaign. I don't think you've hit with all 3 of your when you've done the strike.
Yeah, no, I don't think so because we haven't had a whole lot of low AC type of monsters. So
Yep.
And as far as I go, I'm just going to do our crossbows because 17 to hit
Yeah.
or whole 3 points,
Okay.
and 11 to hit, which misses.
Yep. All right. This creature doesn't have much of a choice. It's surrounded. It's so it really just has Spot and Luna. So 1 to 4, it's going to attack Luna. Nope. Wow. Spot. You must just look juicy.
I don't wear armor. There's less crunch, more juice,
That's
He's
true. Tentacles lash out at you,
and I'm a smaller, nibble versus this giant dog in front of him.
And then it tries to bite you and misses with that. And Smock.
Okay. 19 to hit.
Yeah, definitely.
5 damage.
Okay.
We'll do the.
Would you like to say that you're going to use your
Yeah, we'll do the bonus action. So.
Yep. So that adds. That's going to. Oh, that's true. And you have advantage. That's good. You're going to add a D8 of acid, cold, fire, lightning, or radiant.
I'll roll it one more time just to see if I critted. I don't think
Yep.
I did, but we'll see. Boom. Nope. Okay. So hit. And you said 1 on top.
Oh yeah. So the 4 actually does it, but then the 5 really does it. And
Blaze of fire.
in a blaze of fire, the creature sizzles and curls up on the ground like a large worm, sizzling in the fire. And you have beaten off all these creatures. The other one that was here, so you can go, you chase after, and you actually, what you find is north of you. So there is a spot in the far upper left portion of these catacombs where there is a big hole that these creatures were coming through. So none of them are here now. The one probably retreated there. Yeah. So, and you can, you can, with a little time and energy, you can seal the entrance up.
We should take that time and energy.
Yeah.
Yep. That was a very hard fight. Six carrion crawlers. That could have gone horrendously wrong.
But we were all here. We're all standing up fine.
I was just waiting for Smock to fail those saves and then move on to Hef.
I am still shaking my arms and legs out all over because they still tingle.
That was a seriously deadly encounter. That was very deadly.
It's stone. Yeah. So
Everything's
it's
made out of peanut butter.
And yep.
Do we find any nest anywhere around, or any like spot where they were hanging out up here?
You do actually. So in here actually, so there at the top, this room has not been used to intern any bodies yet, and if they, or maybe they did, because these creatures eat bones. So so it is possible that that there were bones here before.
I have a feeling they're not going to be able to do what they were doing with the rats before, because there's probably no rats anymore. So now they're just going to bring bodies down here to rot away very, very slowly.
Like a normal crypt.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Well, you could sanctify the crypt and make it where everybody's basically coming near there, and they're basically their bodies are preserved. just by being in here. Then their family could visit them 100 years later and see them just like they were.
It's moisture in here. It's not going to dry out too good.
Anything in the nest of any note?
Go ahead and roll 2d10 for me.
Can I assist with an investigation of +0? Nope.
Okay. You find like some really cheap jewelry, like not really anything much of value.
Like circus jewelry.
Yeah. It's glass and glass beads,
fake rubies,
and like just plain like metal, like tin rings, things like that. Because you remember that the bodies that get interred down here are very poor. So there would be nothing of value on them.
Okay.
There was
no adventurer came down by himself to try to stop him before us. Some sweet fat loot on it.
there was there was a slight chance that something much older before this use would have been down here that the creatures would have found. But yeah, now you don't see any. You don't find anything. So
we go back to Brother Hodges and we tell him we believe your crypt is cleared. It was 6 carrion crawlers. Go ahead.
Yep, you can even carry one of the crawlers up for him if he really wants to see one.
Paralytic poison, I would think. If you think about it, should.
It's
6 of them.
Not necessarily really.
That's a venom sac withdrawal, I think, on the stuff I gave you, Tom.
Okay. I will, we'll have to take a look at that. All right. So there's enough of these here that go ahead and actually, Luna, go ahead and just make a nature check with advantage. We'll just do one general one.
What type of monsters were these?
Carrion crawlers.
Yeah, that's not beast though. That's monstrosity, right?
Monstrosity, yeah.
Okay, so
that was no
survival check or Arcana can do it too, usually to know how to extract something. I think, and if I remember right,
we'll give you one set of the sacks that were still still good. You're able to extract out of a few tries. So Brother Hodges is extremely happy. Many blessings on you folks. Thank you so much. We can return to our services now.
Might not have a whole lot of rats down there for a while though, unless you're going to try to repopulate them.
We'll work around that. Yes, we'll see what happens.
Don't bring in any worse ones that get bigger, though.
I hear scabbards work really well.
We don't need to come clean it out again for you, I hope.
Sure. So with that, you have So you've helped out Brother Hodges, and we've come to the end of our time for the evening. So next week we'll take care of. We'll kind of jump ahead 10 days, and we'll do the rolls and stuff for the events and what the time that you spend during the 10-day, and we'll go from there with the arrival of the cult caravan. And that's where we're going to end episode 21. So thank you for playing, gentlemen.
Wow, 21 in already?
Yeah. And thanks to
Flies when you're having fun.
thanks to all out there who are watching our adventures. Until next time, may your life be filled with peace, joy, and love. Thank you.